Today, a group of black men under the umbrella of the No Hate Zone gathered at Dawson Park in Northeast Portland to share their anger, frustration, and at times their fear over gun violence. At Dawson Park near Emmanuel Hospital, a traditional gathering place for many from Portland's black community, a memorial speaks of the violence that's once again shattered the calm here. 55-year-old Mark Johnson was shot and killed here Tuesday, March 1st. Another man was shot and killed in the park March 9th of 2021, and a woman was killed in December of 2020 here, caught in the crossfire between two groups shooting at each other. On top of that, Portland's gun violence shows no sign of slowing down.
I'd like you to stand up here in solidarity.
All of which brought roughly 20 men to Dawson Park to say enough. Lionel Irving is founder of a group called Love is Stronger. It works to reduce the number of gang members and inmates through unconditional love.
But us as a community, we have to stand up and say that we had enough. So I'm frustrated with my neighbor because he's not reaching out and speaking to the kids on the streets. He's just right past shaking his head. I'm frustrated with my homeboy because he's not speaking life into my little homie. And so I'm gonna give y'all just a piece of my mind. I'm frustrated by the inaction from not just the city, but from as the community as a whole.
Herman Green, a North Portland pastor and member of the Portland School Board, said volunteers on the front lines dealing with shooters should be paid.
You don't know what it's like to struggle and to scratch and to crawl and to feel like nobody else cares, and that the only way that you're going to get up is that you take from somebody else. And so you don't understand. But somebody who has lived that life and has come out of that life, somebody who used to be there and is now is not, they can tell them what they need to do, and they'll listen. What we need to do is pay them. We need to pay them.
John Kanda also spoke. He has spent years in Portland fighting against gang violence. He said a culture at City Hall excludes community members instead of embracing them. He remembered to a time back 11 years ago when gang violence roared to life in places like Holiday Park near Lloyd Center and turned dangerous. We covered the issue several times, including when Kanda and his group called Connected mobilized volunteer patrols in the park. In 90 days, crime here dropped 25%. But even back then, he worried about the future because funding for programs was always up and down.
For now, things look comfortable. But if we continue this trend with defunding and disinvesting in our youth's future, the backlash we'll see. And the way we'll see it is we'll grow more prisons, they'll get larger, populations will be harder to manage, and in the long run, it'll cost us more money.
Now Kanda says city leaders have lost sight of community-based solutions like that, and he urged all council members to resign.
I'd walk into my office, I would set my keys on the counter, give back my key cards, and tender my resignation. Because in my eyes, you are no longer fit to serve this city. Thank you.
I could really feel a lot of frustration out there. Organizers of today's event want three things. They want Portland's mayor to declare an emergency around gun violence and then do everything the city can to stop it immediately. They also want a statewide task force to coordinate and focus intervention efforts. And they want $10 million to fund community-based programs that try to stop gun violence upstream before it ever happens.